Good afternoon and welcome to Toulouse for this Rochdale 13 live commentary from the Stade Ernest Argelès de Blagnac. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hornets just out onto the pitch and the teams are Toulouse, number 1, Marc Carella, number 2, Tony Morel, number 3, Bastien Arder, number 21, Gavin Marguerite, number 5, Cooney Minga, number 6, Jonathan Ford, number 22, Danny Hume, number 8, Clement Boyer, number 9, Kane Bentley, number 10, Sami Masilo, number 11, Sebastian Planas, number 12, Reece Curran, number 26, Konstantin Mika, and number 14, Murad Kruash, number 17, Anthony Marion, number 18, Tyler Heppy, and number 24, Kalusa Lehar. And Hornets line up with number 1 at fullback, Jack Holmes, number 2, Michael Ratou, number 3, Jake Schewel, number 4, Lewis Galbraith, number 5, Dale Bloomfield, number 6, Paul Crook, number 7, Danny Yates, number 8, Samir Taharawi, number 9 is Ben Moores, number 17, Warren Thompson, number 11 is John O'Smith, number 12, Josh Crowley, number 13, Jordan Case, and on the bench for Hornets, number 14, Steve Roper, number 15, Joe Taira, number 16 is Matthew Haddon, and number 19 is Alex Trumper. Both teams now on the pitch. The referee is just talking to the Toulouse man before he puts the ball on the tee. Hornets will be attacking from left to right in the first half. Slightly muggy. We had some really bad weather this morning, thunder and lightning, really heavy rain we woke up to, and as the day's gone on it's dried up, but the air is really heavy. I've got Hornets chairman Mark Wynne with me.
Good afternoon. It's quite an exciting and quite an intense atmosphere here, and we've just kicked off, so I'll hand you back to Luke for the commentary.
Cheers, Mark. When Hornets receive the ball, Jack Holmes takes it in from full-back. Samir Towery now drives it in, and it's a big hit met by 3 Toulouse men just peeling off the Ben Moores, plays it onto John O'Smith, and he's brought down by 2 Toulouse men. Ben Moores out to Danny Yates, onto Paul Crook, out to Jack Holmes now, just on this right edge, attacking right underneath us, and he's lifted and driven right back by three Toulouse men. And he looks at that, just looks to have taken the wind out of him early doors. That'll have been what they've been they're planning to do, and it's penalty to Hornets. Jamie Bloom sees something in that he doesn't like. I think it was a high shot actually, and Jack Holmes is just down, just getting some treatment off Brian Carroll, the Hornets physio. An intense first set there, what we expected really, weren't it, Mark?
Yeah, absolutely. It was the French have got the band playing, they're coming in really hard in the tackle. That was a poor attempt at attack by the French guy, right round the head. Jamie Bloom had no option but to award the penalty, and it puts us now right into the on the edge of the French 20-metre line.
Yeah, cheers, Mark. And it's Ben Moores who gets us back underway onto Paul Crook, back into Josh Crowley, who spins off, makes some good yards, and then back out to Jake Schewel, who drives it in now. And it's a forward pass, and it'll be a scrum down to Toulouse. That's a waste. Yeah, as you heard me mention, the referee today is Jamie Bloom. We've had him a few times this season. He seemed to have been one of the better officials in the comp. I think Alan Kilshaw will be frustrated with that though. Waste of good field position. And Cooney Minga takes it in. He's wrapped up by Jordan Case and Josh Crowley. Warren Thompson as well, just in. He's just peeling off, and he plays it out. Met by Samir, and Jake Schewel is in again. I spoke to Alan in the week about Jake Schewel, and he says he's been really impressed with him. He's coming late. That's a Toulouse penalty. Lewis Galbraith deemed to be offside, so he just put it in touch.
think that was more sort of Hornets enthusiasm than drifting offside. Both sides are ripping in. It's quite, like I say, an intense atmosphere. Speaking before the game, the French are building this up as their final, or put it, like a semi-final. If they win this, they know that they've got an easy route to the final, and they're basically throwing everything they've got. But it's a loose pass. Ratu were held back there.
Yeah, Ratu was pulled back there. The ball had gone free and he broke out and he was pulled back. The referee's not seen it. And they just take it back into the middle now, Toulouse. And they've chipped over the top. Ratu watches it in goal and just ushes it out. Worth mentioning that the in goals here are really deep. They're about. We watched the referee pacing the pitch out before the game and we counted, I think it was about 10 or 11 yards the in goal. It's like a rugby union pitch more than anything. So they'll have to be, the fullbacks and the wingers will have to be really on guard, dropping back, waiting for kicks, and careful not to get caught out. Hornets drop out now. Welcome if you just joined us, Rochdale 13 live commentary. You can also tweet us at Rochdale Hornets and we'll pick your message up at some point. And Toulouse just take it in, 40 metres out from the Hornets line, 30 metres out from the Hornets line, sorry. It's spread out to the right. And it's Dale Bloomfield who's in, just drags a man down. Comes back across into the middle. And there's some enthusiastic defending from Hornets as well, shooting out the line. Good line speed, early doors. And that looked like it was going to be a high tackle from Warren Thompson, but the referee's not giving it. Just fetches a man down 2 yards out. There's a chip through. Another teasing kick into them deep in goals, and Ratu's there to just see it go out this time. And they'll be keen to restart this 10 metres out. 20 metres out, sorry.
That was a good defensive set by Hornets. I thought the French were spinning it left, they were spinning it right. But our guys, as Luke has touched on, came out of the line, enthusiastic. We're going to have an issue with these deep in goals. That's obviously the French tactic, try and catch us, keep getting repeat set and wear down the Hornets' energy. Yeah,
I think you're right, Mark. I think that obviously coming down here to the south of France, it's going to be a fortress, and they know that, and they'll know to play to the strengths of their own ground. And it's an impressive little ground, to be fair. Looks like I think they call them a municipal ground, like a council on. It's part of a big sports complex. There's a swimming pool just to our left, and then there's another pitch to the other side. And it's a good little facility.
John O'Smith turned tactical goal kicker there and put it into touch. It's a slow walk by both teams to the scrum. I would have thought Toulouse would have tried to up the tempo, but it has been an intense opening 5-10 minutes, and so maybe they're both blowing.
Yeah, I think they will be. I think, like I mentioned earlier, the atmosphere's got really heavy. It's really clammy, really sticky, and so both teams will need to manage that, I think. And it's Kuniminga who just drives it in. He played very well at Scotland the last time we played. I think he scored a length of the field try, and Toulouse just punched to the line on the left side, and it's number 12 Curran who just scoots back in, and there's an overlap, and number 1 Mike Carella goes in. Lapse in concentration there. There was a broken Hornets line that they utilised. It's something that had been pointed out on the video this morning by Alan Kilshaw, and Hornets just not responded to that.
It was that Antipodean trio of Ford, Carella and Curran that sort of pulled us a little bit apart on the outside. A little bit too smart, and to a degree we're probably a little bit too enthusiastic. We've high energy on defence, and sometimes a little bit of patience may not be maybe the better option. But Toulouse are basically quite slick with the ball, and that's why they're top of the league.
Yeah, and Jack Holmes displayed quite a decent turn of pace there. He chased back and he pulled the Toulouse man down who'd broken the line, who'd broken the line, and he just managed to offload, which was a shame. There was two other men in support. Hornets need to respond now. You don't want to be giving Toulouse, a head start. They've really punished teams down here as well, and the Hornets side will be conscious of that in the back of their head. They knew they needed a strong, powerful start, and it comes to some extent, but some lack of concentration on the right side for Hornets just left a huge gap for Curran to stroll through with men in support. The kick's good as well. 6-0 Toulouse. Paul Crook has the ball on the tee now. And it's hoisted. It's a deep kick. It's fielded well by Toulouse, who just come into the middle, met by Jordan Case, who just slips off. It's Warren Thompson, I think, who eventually wraps him up. Minga again, playing an interesting role. He's in, I think, is he playing more of a central role than on the wings, where he's normally played this season. It goes through hands again. They've come down this Hornets right edge looking for that same gap. You could see what we're on there. There was two men outside, but he's just brought down by Jake Shule and Ben Moores. Back inside now. And it's a big effort in defence. Jordan Case and Samir Toure just put the Toulouse man on his back, and it comes out again to the right side. Toulouse's left side, obviously. Bentley just scoops the ball up from acting half, and it's Jonathan Ford, who puts that ball really high. There's a bit of a argy-bargy in back play. I'm not sure what happened then.
I think Ford objected. Ben Moores arrived just as he kicked the ball, and I think Ford has been used to wearing a dinner jacket for rugby, so he didn't appreciate Ben Moores being a bit more aggressive and having a lot more line speed than he's normally used to.
Yeah, it was a strange one. There was no punches thrown. There was a bit of holding each other down, a bit of how are you doing? What have you been up to on the floor? I don't really know what happened. I don't think it was an aggressive exchange. It was just funny, really. One for the bloopers. Yeah, Jamie Bloom just having a word with his touchers now, and he's brought it back for a scrum. I think the scrum will have come from a Hornets knock on from a high bomb 10 metres out from the Hornets line.
I think the Hornets are under a bit of pressure, aren't they, with these repeat sets, with the deep in goals and like I said, putting pressure on the kick there. You just need to sort of get hold of the ball, play out the sets, move back up the field and put Toulouse under a bit of pressure. Like I say, obviously by the reaction of Ford, he's not used to being challenged, so it's a tricky one.
Yeah, and it's clear early on here that it's the left side. That's a very poor try to concede in the corner. It's come out to the left side again, which Jake Shule, Paul Crook and Matt Ratu were occupying. From out the scrum, Matt Ratu wrapped his man up, and then from acting half, I think it was Minga who dived in from acting half back. A real poor try to concede that.
I did think it would come off the back, like I said, sustained pressure. We need to sort of get hold of the ball, but Toulouse are playing really smart. They know this pitch, they know these in goals. Hornets just need to kick deep, try and pin Toulouse back in their own half, and just work back into the game. We're only 10 minutes in, and I think at this point, when we played them at home, we were 16-0 down. So we know that it's not the end of the world. We just need to sort of. They are so enthusiastic, and this left side attack is just phenomenal. We know that when Lee came here, they turned Lee over, and again it was this left side, the Curran forward, Mika wing side that's just is top quality, all overseas players, but still, you can't take it away. They are pure quality, these lads.
Yeah, absolutely. And the kick's just slid wide. It's 10-0 to Toulouse. Hornets will just need to get some ball in hand more than anything. They've turned it over quite easily in the opening half, in the opening 10 minutes or so. Back with you after this short break.
Rochdale Hornets needs your support. For only £20 you can become a member of the Hornets family. You can find out more information on the Hornets official website. Join today.
And we're back underway. It was a deep kick by Paul Crook that was gathered up. Toulouse took it back into the middle like they have done, lay the platform, and it's forward again out to the left edge. He's met by Jake Shewell, and it's back inside. And Josh Crowley and Samir Tower wrap the man up with Warren Thompson coming in just to make sure.
It's interesting that Samir has drifted more to the left of his normal middle defensive position to solidify that attack, to solidify that defence, because that's every single player. They hit the 50 middle and then they're hitting us on the left. But luckily that's it. We were resolute, kept them in their own half, and now we're working out from the 30-metre line.
Yeah, and now it's just out to Jack Holmes who takes it in. And Danny Yates is just appealing to the referee. We need a quick play. Just needs to be careful. We was penalised twice, I think, last week for dissent. Just need to rein that in a bit. And now Josh Crowley just takes it in. Good drive from Josh Crowley, who's been very impressive since arriving from Oldham. Onto Crook, onto Case, out to Yates, through hands to Lewis Galbraith. That's good rugby from Hornets, just spreading it out, spread the ball around and make Toulouse chase it. And Danny Yates kicks from acting half-back. It's a good kick, it's a deep kick. The full-back just looks to see if he's gathered that in goal. He was nowhere near. And Minga now, he's got some power, Minga on here for a winger.
Is that sort of Polynesian, sort of Papua New Guinea style of player? Short, squat, muscle, pace, aggression, and luckily on that occasion we were able to handle him. But what was interesting in the last set, we attacked first to our right, so we attacked the Toulouse left, hit forward a couple of times, and forward is blowing a little bit now, so hopefully we took some of his energy out.
Yeah.
And now we've sort of got them, although Minga's picked it up again.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of acting half. Minga, he just looks over his shoulder for the offload. It's not come, but he's real powerful whenever he's got the ball in hand, and he's looking for it forward now. Just shapes to kick. He's brought down by Samir. It's a lazy offload. Samir just chases back, and it's number 12 Curran who's absolutely creamed. It weren't late, and he's looked at him as though you can't tackle me. Samir's absolutely creamed him with his back turned. I don't think that was in the game plan for Toulouse.
Samir's been defending them more to the left, to our right, defending this Toulouse left attack, and that's come up trumps now. They've given away a loose ball. Forward didn't like the attention, although Toulouse have come in high speed, high impact on defence there.
Yeah, I think John O's just copped a bit of a stinger. It was a big hit. The Toulouse man went low, really powerful into the legs, and John O looks to be suffering for it. It was a big hit, to be fair. Now Moore's just 10 metres out onto Crowley, who looks for a gap. That was a high tackle from Bentley, real high tackle, right in front of Jamie Bloom. It doesn't go for it.
It was very lazy.
And
we go for the in goal now. He caught that. He jumped outside, so he's got that'll do.
Yeah, Toulouse drop out. Good spot mark. I thought he gathered that in goal. Yeah, smart kick from Danny Yates, who just looks over into that left edge, which is being occupied by Lewis Galbraith and Dale Bloomfield. Perhaps just a touch deeper, and Bloomfield had a chance of snatching it, but that'll do. Force the repeat set, which is is a good move from Hornets. Who've not had much ball. Just getting into the stride, I think. It's the ball just bobbles up for Paul Crook. He looks like he's going to chest it, football style. It bounces past him, and then Ratu gathers it. Now onto Crook, onto Moores, out to Warren Thompson, who cuts back inside. Good yards from Was, makes about 6 or 7 metres with the ball in hand.
Slow line speed off Toulouse there.
It is slow.
Samir's nearly through.
Yeah, Samir's just come out on that left side, and he's poor again. Another forward pass.
I think because we really made some positive yards in that, we got a little bit giddy and pushed a pass that wasn't really necessary. We just need to calm. But with Toulouse, the body language. There's a lot with hands on hips. That I think they come out. They've thrown everything in this first 10-15 minutes, and we've matched the tempo. And they're a good side, and we can't take that away. But if we can sort of keep this pressure on them, they're there for the taking to a degree. I don't think they're used to people matching them on physicality anyway.
No, I'd agree with that. I think we saw that at Scotland as well earlier in the year in that 28 apiece game. It was really physical from start to end, and you could tell that they'd had quite an easy run of fixtures. They'd played the likes of, without disrespect, they'd played, I think, Coventry in France on a Wednesday night. They'd had all goals. Newcastle, I think, as well. So they got a bit of a rude awakening at Scotland, and I think Hornets need to. Well, I think they are replicating that. They're very committed in defence. They just need to just pull it in a bit. I think sometimes you can be almost too pumped for a game, can't you? And you get inside your own head sometimes. And I think we just need to be conscious of that now. We need to keep them here. We need to see which of the Toulouse forwards want to put the hand up. The hookers, he always scoots a lot, doesn't he? Yeah, Bentley, he's a tricky player. He's a lively player.
And this guy's quite good, the prop. I think he's another Antipodean. But they're well inside their own half. We can keep this line speed up. They've come left again.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a good ball from forward.
That's a fantastic ball. Flat ball. He had 2 men outside him, and he's chipped back inside for Danny Yates. I'm not sure what's gone on there. He's given knock-on, rightly so as well. Yeah, a real let-off for Hornets there. Jonathan Ford laid a fantastic pass, and the Toulouse man, his teammate arrived, bust the line. He had 2 men on his left, didn't look over his shoulder for the pass, chipped. Danny Yates gathered it, and I think it was challenged by Toulouse and knocked on. They did actually touch it down, but Jamie Bloom brought it back for a knock-on about 30 metres out from the Hornets line. And now Joe Taira gets his first goal, runs as powerful as ever, and he's met and brought down onto Croak, now onto Danny Yates, John O'Smith.
Nice run.
Onto Lewis Galbraith. That left Hornets side looked impressive whenever they've had the ball in hand. I think that combination of Yates, Smith and Galbraith with Bloomfield on the wing will give Toulouse problems.
Toulouse forwards are slow going back here.
Yeah, Toulouse 15 metres out from the wrong line now.
And it's a knock-on.
That's a massive hit from Ben Moores. Fantastic hit from Ben Moores, one of the smaller lads in the Hornets team. Just puts everything into that, and it's come out in the tackle.
Well, get a perfect attacking scrum, 18 metres out.
Yeah, 18 metres out from the Toulouse line. Just need that extra 100th of a second patience now, not pushing a pass,
I think we just grind them out. They're not used to. They're used to dominating games. They're winning by 40, 50, 60 points. So they're not used to defending. We've got to put them under pressure. Take some petrol out of their tank, and you get your rewards in the second half. You can see their line's a bit fractured. We pushed the pass back to one. That
should be, yeah.
Back to one.
Back to one. Good work from Josh Crowley. Looks for the offload.
But they just need to be patient.
Yeah. Joe Taylor now. Good run from Joe. He's met by 3. He's brought down about 12 metres out from the line. Ben Moore's in at acting half. Plays it onto Jordan Case. Turns it up again for Moores. Onto Yates. Onto Holmes. And Triggers met by 2 on that left side. Hornets just need to be patient now. Bloomfield now goes himself. He's not getting through there, but...
They're just keeping him honest. He's keeping him around the ball, isn't he?
It's quite a poor pass from Moores onto Samir at the play of the ball.
But he drew it again. He's kept him honest.
Yeah.
This is good.
Oh. It was a good kick through from Danny Yates. Now Toulouse just breaking up the pitch. Minga, as we've said, he's powerful running.
Ratzel's got him.
Oh, fantastic defence from Mara too. Sorry, Toulouse have just broke from a kick through. Oh. Joe Thierry's been simbing. I don't know what he's been simbing for. I don't know if it's a professional foul
they
or...
were saying he held him down, but Joe was the last to arrive, you know.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, the crowd, the commentary, compare for the crowd, he's getting them, you know, revving them up, getting them to chant, and there's a band playing. Whether Jamie fell to a little bit of a sucker punch and a bit of crowd intimidation, you know. It's a bit disappointing, result that. Paul Crooky's having a word with the referee as we speak.
It was a hectic 30 seconds though. Just give you a run through. It was Hornets on the left side. Look, there was probing the line on the last tackle. Danny Yates put a kick through. It was snagged by, I think it was Mike Carella, the Toulouse fullback. He fed it out to Cooney Minga, who broke about. Well, he was snagged back by, I think it was Danny Yates, and then Matt Ratu. He shrugged off the tackle, went again. Ratu chased him down, pulled him. Looked like he'd gone into touch, to be fair, from up here. The linesman didn't give it. And I think Joe Terry's been simbing now for a professional foul, holding down, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth for Hornets.
I think we've seen that tackles going a lot longer in a lot of other games and no action taken, so it's disappointing. That Joe's been simbing. Daniel Yates looks to be bleeding from the mouth, and I think he's being led from the field.
Yeah,
certainly holding his jaw area.
Yeah, quite a destructive passage of play in terms of Hornets personnel. They've lost Danny Yates and Joe Taylor, which they need to switch on now. They really need to switch on and concentrate.
The refs made him go off, but we haven't been able to bring a replacement on yet.
Yeah. Hornets down to 11 while Danny Yates is receiving treatment on the touchline.
Why he's not allowed a substitution on that?
This is poor. Good shot from Jordan Queso.
Danny's having to take the field back again. A bit strapped up and wounded.
He needs...
But Toulouse have knocked on.
A massive let-off for Rochdale Hornets there, and there's a push and a shove, and typical of Toulouse, there's a push and a shove. They don't like something, they're all in. We saw it at Scotland, and...
That was pretty good by Hornets, because Danny Yates literally had only just crossed the whitewash from halfway, so wasn't involved in the defensive line. But the team manned up, put Toulouse back on the backside, caused a knock-on, a lot of frustration.
Yeah, there's a Toulouse man out, he's laid on his side with the Toulouse physio over him. I'm not sure what happened in the tackle, but there was a pile in after. He's just getting to his knees now. Jamie Bloom and both touch judges are on. Jamie Bloom's on. He's pointing fingers, and he's at the Hornets players who are just under the sticks.
I think just while we have this break, I think it's worth mentioning the Hornets fans who've made the trip over. There's a small knot of them. They're getting behind the team, and you know the team genuinely appreciate that folk have made the effort. It's an expensive trip. I know it's cost me and Luke a few £100 each to get over here, but it's a moment in history. 51 years since the Rochdale Hornets team has been in France, and you know we're certainly enjoying this opening confrontation. Just need to sort of calm down. Just play the sets out, make this Toulouse team work.
I'm not sure, Mark, if Jamie Bloom's deemed it to be a pat down from Hornets and he's give.
Paul
Crooks got the ball in his hand. Sorry, He motioned as though it was a palm down.
It was a pass into the Toulouse player, which hit a Hornets player on the ricochet, and that's a knock on. Matty Haddon's taken the field now, taking a drive in.
Yeah, Bloomers has just gone down 10 metres out. He's clutching his midriff. He's just gone back to his wing now. Doesn't look anything untoward.
That was a tackle.
Yeah, that was a good shot on Jordan Case by Con Mika, ex-Hull KR. Signed for Toulouse about halfway through the season. I think he's been quite impressive for them. And it's a good kick from Paul Crook, and it just bounces up for is that Carella, I think?
No, it's the winger.
Yeah, Tony Morell it is.
Carella's passing now.
If you're wondering what that is, we've got a brass band with a massive drum just sat down in front of us here. So apologies for any background noise. And Toulouse. Yeah, it was number 8, Clement Boyer, just threw a bit of an audacious dummy and tried to go through. He was brought down by Josh Crowley though, and there's a Hornets player down flat on his back. Jordan Case just rolls over onto his knee now. Toulouse attacking.
I mean, we're defending with 11.
Carella chips over straight into Marco Ratu, who just...
Oh, good stuff, Raf. Oh, high tackle.
Yeah, he chips over to Marco Ratu, who watched it, thought it was going to go dead. Decided to scoop it up, steps, goes round the chasing man, but he's brought down by what looked to be quite a hard tackle. He's just having to get his breath back. Looks like he's had a knock, and he's brought into touch. Sort of a poor decision not to give the hard tackle there, I think. I think that'll be... It's one of them we've seen them given in it, Mark.
Yeah, it's them deep in goals again. They put the ball, Ratu had to chase. And when you're normally used to a 6 metre in goal, these are something like 10 or 12. You have a long way to run it out before you're free and easy. So Ratu did his best. He sort of got to the edge of the line, but like I say, high tackle and driven into touch.
Another deliberations going on now as Jamie Bloom's again pointing his finger, moving the scrum just onto the scrum line. It's been quite a stop-start in the early stages. 24 minutes gone.
It has, but there's been not that many penalties, to be honest.
No, there hasn't. There's been other errors. There's been a couple of forward passes, Hornets forward passes, knock-ons.
Toulouse are knocked on again. We did in the pre-video session that the team did. They did speak about if you can get off the line. Toulouse are used to just playing open rugby with no defence, and you get in front of them and the ball will go to ground. That's the third or fourth time we've been able to solicit a mistake from Toulouse, and now it's our turn to work it out.
Yeah, and the weather in this storm. Don't forget that Joe Terry's still in the sin bin, and the weather in the storm quite well. Touch wood, Hornets, and Paul Crook just ships it out to Matty Haddon, who comes back in. Good running from Matty Haddon. He's still going. He's brought down by 3 Toulouse men. Ben Moses in at acting half now. Just has a look. Danny Yates is there. On to Lewis Galbraith. I think they've got Galbraith's number after the Scotland encounter. He was bitten by I think it was Bastianada in that fixture. Really ill-tempered game, and I think they'll have known he was coming.
Yeah, because he is a footwork player, so the opposite centre's up on him quite quick. They're trying to hit us on this left again. 40 possession, he's dangerous with the ball. This time we've wrapped him up.
Good work from Hornets.
They need to get him on his back, let him know he's in a rugby match.
Yeah, that's good work.
Again, pushing and shoving at the play of the ball by the Toulouse players.
Why has it gone unpunished, that? Why has it gone unpunished?
Forward has gone down. He'd have certainly got a gold medal for France in the Olympics with that dive. But the refs awarded a high tackle against Hornets there.
Poor refereeing. There was a blatant push at the play of the ball. A blatant push. The touch judge was there, nothing's been given, and it comes back in, and suddenly it's a Hornets hard tackle. Frustrating, really, from Jamie Bloom. He's an experienced official, he should know better.
I know coach Alan Kilshaw's highly animated on the touchline. Paul Crook is now over speaking to the ref. The ref can't be intimidated. It's a big crowd here today, very vocal. You've got the band, the commentators constantly coming on the tannoy, and I think Jamie is getting his head turned a little bit by this. And sometimes when you're playing a team that are hot favourites, the referees, they need to be stronger. They need to sort of absolutely be down the middle. And in that circumstances, Toulouse were pushing and shoving, and now they've been awarded a penalty. And we need to sort of... Jamie, in effect, needs to get a grip of this game.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely. Ford now kicks into touch. Ben Moore's just receiving a bit of treatment. He went down then. Real physical encounter this. Hornets just need to switch on. They've still got a man in the sin bin now.
Good line speed.
Good shot from Ben Moore's again. Really putting himself about now. Yeah, the Toulouse man just cuts inside. But they're looking...
No pass, is it? Curran's a danger.
Yeah, Curran is a real danger. He's just a bit of off-the-cuff rugby there. Just seen him eat up about 10 metres. Come on, just play the ball. They're looking for it every time. He's on his back, swinging his legs about, and he's...
That deep in goal, that's too deep this time.
Yeah. Cheers for your mention, Mick Johnson, listening in Malta. Just had a tweet off you. Don't forget you can tweet us at Rochdale Hornets.
I think one of the incredible things about social media is people like Mickey in Malta are listening in. We've got listeners in Florida in particular, around the Tampa Mayhem team who we've got a partnership with. We know we've got listeners in Thailand thanks to our relationship with the Thailand Rugby League. And again, we're the Hornets family, and it's great to see some worldwide support.
Hornets now just attacking John O'Smith on that left Hornets side. Danny Yates, they play the ball, comes out to Jordan Case. Jordan Case has been he's been really impressive over the last few weeks in games where we've ground it out and we've not probably played our best and managed to get wins. And he's been particularly impressive for about 5 or 6 weeks now. He's been. We know he's a good player, but he's been over the last few weeks. He's been really good. Toulouse now just 30 metres out, and it's number 5, Kuniminga, who takes it into the middle, and it's on to Tony Morrell. Yeah, as Matt mentioned, the crowd are every tackle. It's offside, onside, holding down, not holding down.
And the French touch is on now.
Oh, for God's sake! What? I couldn't see anything untoward, and it's not.
The French player led with the elbow. The Hornets player has reacted. You've got to remember, we're in France. We have 2 French touch judges, and the guy was on. I wish he was on as quick when they're kicking for goal.
Yeah, Paul Berry, the assistant coach, has been ordered off the pitch by Jamie Bloom. For God's sake.
It's a difficult enough trip coming here without the officials bowing to the crowd, because that's what appears to be happening from us in the commentary box.
Yeah, correct. So what's he pulled it for now? He's talking to Paul Crook. Toulouse have just kicked from the penalty into touch. They're 10 metres out from their own line. He's stopped the clock now. Jamie Bloom's talking to Paul Crook. He's put us on a team warning. So now Hornets on a team warning with the man in the sin bin. And it's Ford onto number 18. I think that's Tyler Heppy. That's probably a penalty as well. Oh no, it's not. He's not give that one. Jonathan Ford now out to...
Good Ratu tackle.
Yeah, great defence there. Goal line defence. Oh, he looks for the offload and it's just...
He
thought twice then.
We need to watch the short side.
Ford now.
He's run out of ideas.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, but Curran's through again.
Knock on.
We pressured him again.
Good work from Hornets. They really... I've said it, the weather in the storm, they're showing that character that they showed in the game at Scotland. They came back from 16-0 in that game. They're just weathering it now. They're 30 minutes just gone on the clock. It's 10-0. They've got a man in the bin. They're on a team warning. And it's a real messy game. It's not being out by the officials. yeah, good goal line defence. It looked, for all money, a try, and it was just a knock on. Good pressure force, a knock on.
The only thing is, because we're getting these, we're having to constantly defend and defend with a man down at the minute. This means that the juice is coming out of our tank. We need to make sure that when we're in possession now, we play out the set. The French are just holding down, and he's not.
He lifted the legs up and he went above the horizontal then, and it's not been given. There's been an appeal. It's not been given.
I suppose we are getting animated, but we need the players to sort of stay calm and just do the job.
It's twice that the legs have come up over the horizontal. 2 tackles in a row and nothing's been given. On to Josh Crowley now. Good yards from Crowley. Paul Crook in at dummy half. It's on to Ben Moores. On to Jordan Case, who's wrapped up. And he's got the offload. Great offload. Just a bit of second phase. And Toulouse retreat. Oh, Danny Yates just...
Offside though, I thought there, but he's let it go.
Frustrating one. Danny Yates just took the ball about head level, looked for the kick. I think he's just slipped on the turf, and he's been caught in possession on the last. Unlucky, to be fair, there. Not sure how long's left on the clock for the sin bin. The can't be long.
Joe's back on.
I think just back on.
No, he's back on. He's just come back on.
Yeah. Stephen Roper's also joined the fold.
And the French have just brought another big Polynesian style player on. I think it's Lima.
Yeah. Interesting to see Alan Kilshire actually in the dugout for this game. He doesn't normally sit down there. He's normally in the stands. It's gone down. Great work, great pressure, knock on. John O'Smith jumped on it. He's played it now onto Roper, onto Dale Bloomfield. Good run from Bloomers. Onto Yates, onto... Oh, he's give one. He's give a penalty for offside. Jesus. I've lost count of the count as well, and all the commotion. I had it was 2-1.
No, it was much
I'm sure it's far more than that now.
I think it's 6-2. Good footwork by Danny there. It's the first time we were in the Toulouse 30 metre line for a long time.
Yeah.
And a good drive. Matty Haddon there makes some good metres.
Hornets showed some real good character to weather the storm with Joe off.
Jordan Case there is doing great metres.
Jordan Case, fantastic run. There's hands around the head, all over the face. And it's onto Roper, onto Yates, John O'Smith.
He stepped up!
John O'Smith's in!
And he's in!
O'Smith's in! Fantastic try from Hornets there, just weathered the storm really well. Jordan Case just looks to be suffering after that heavy tackle. And the ball's come out onto Danny Yates, I think, onto Stephen Roper, out to John O'Smith. Shows a bit of footwork, cuts back inside, and he just stretches far enough to touch down. 10-4, kick to come.
And I think that just came back. We'd weathered the particular storm. We'd got a penalty, which gave us the yards upfield. Some great running. And Jordy Case, who I always regard more as a footballer than a hard driver, just smashed through the Toulouse defence and carried 3 or 4 defenders. They were whacking him to the head, but he carried on. We got a quick play of the ball, shipped out, good hands by Danny Yates, and that John O'Smith just coming back slightly on the angle. He's got that low centre of gravity, and the Toulouse defence were just flat-footed, and he's in again.
Yeah, fantastic try to score after the pressure that Hornets have sustained. They've absorbed it. They've gone up the other end, and they've showed what they can do. They've not had a chance really to show what they can do, and they've managed to touch down. Paul Crook just lines a kick up now. Again, if you just joined us, it's Rochdale 13 live commentary, live from Toulouse. It was a 6 o'clock local time kickoff, 5 o'clock in Britain. The kick's good from Crook, 10-6, with about 5.5 minutes until half time. We'll be back again after this show.
Rochdale Hornets needs your support. For only £20 you can become a member of the Hornets family. You can find out more information on the Hornets official website. Join today.
Welcome back. Hornets just retrieved the kick-off. Joe Taylor takes it and he's drove it in. Matty Adam now
Finds his feet.
Yeah. Roper onto...
Oh, come on!
Smith. That's a bad tackle, a real bad tackle. It was a swinging arm, it was a clear swinging arm. He's given the penalty and Danny Yates dumps it into touch. There's a real tempo building there from Hornets now. And Hornets charge 40 metres out from the Toulouse line. John O'Smith again takes it in with Roper at dummy half onto Yates, and Haddon cuts in and he's brought down two Toulouse men.
Good play the ball though. Joe, go Joe!
Good running from Joe Taylor, just cuts inside and he almost punches a hole, not quite. Hornets now probing onto Holmes, out to Shewell, who's just brought down 9 metres out from the Toulouse line. And it's back to Crook, who looks for the kick.
Good kick!
It through onto the post. Oh.
If that would have gone into the goal, we'd have had at least a repeat set there.
Yeah. Good chase. Yeah, just come back off the post pad. Now, Kuniminga drives it in. Good set, good tempo now.
That playing to the centre, what they were doing in the early stages, they're playing down the 50 again. To the wing again, but they've sort of lost a bit of shape here. Ford, he's picked it up though. He's got a good yard here.
There's a huge gap, and it's cut.
It's too much space for his ear.
Toulouse are in. There was a massive gap for Jonathan Ford to just stroll into. He chips through, and Joe Taylor had quite a substantial head start on Tony Morel, the Toulouse winger, who just outpaced him in a foot race. Poor tried to concede. Jake Shue's just down now, receiving treatment. I think it was quite a late shot on.
Well, Shule had gone down, and that's created the gap for Ford, and he's a good enough player to see that. So there was a centre missing. The Hornets tried to crab over, but as they were crabbing over, he put the kick in, and it was basically a foot race then between Joe Tyre and the Toulouse winger, and the winger's always going to win that one.
Yeah, can't be too hard on the gap. With Shule looks in quite a bit of trouble. I think Brian's just having a go on it. Is it his wrist? From what I can see here,
it's definitely an arm injury of some sort.
Yeah, and he looks in quite a bad way. To be fair, Jake.
Yeah, he's not. The rugby league players are tough lads, and he's holding his shoulder. I think. I don't want to tempt fate with what what the injury could be. So it's best to let the medical staff deal with it best we can. But it does look like he's coming off.
Yeah, he looks in quite a bit of trouble as Carella just kicks over the goal. 16-6 with half-time approaching. 2 minutes left on the clock. They've quite harsh on Hornets, really. They've come through the arm wrestle, had a real poor... I don't like blaming referees, but his performance has constituted a real scrappy game. And they've been dragged into an arm wrestle. They've had a player sin bin. There was a patch where, due to injury, there was only 11 men on the pitch. They've come through that. They've come out the arm wrestle. They've weathered the storm, and they've been absolutely sucker punched. As Mark said, Jake Shue's gone down with what looks like a serious shoulder injury. There's left a gaping hole for Ford to create something, and we've been outpaced. A real sucker punch. I think Alan Kilshaw will just be glad to get the teams back in the sheds with about 50 seconds left on the clock now. Calm things down, give them a bit of a talking to. They're by no means out of this game. We saw that at Scotland where they was 16-0 up. We come back into it to force a draw. They just need some level-headedness now, I think, and just some patience, composure as Toulouse just drive it on the halfway line.
We just need to hold out for this last tackle.
Yeah, 20
It's
seconds
scooping
left on the
now.
clock. Chips through, John O. Smith handles it well, and he just takes the tackle. There's about 10.
Although he's down and he's ragging him and the ref lets it go.
Oh, it's poor, it's real poor, that. Dale Bloomfield takes it in, he'll just see the half out, I think. Yeah, that's half time. But it will be when Mr. Bloom blows his whistle, which he hasn't yet done. Joe comes back in, big shot from Joe. The clocks ran down, the game's still. He's gone for half time now. Yeah, half time.
I think you can see that Alan Kilshaw isn't happy with the officials here, although he's not said anything as yet. Really disappointing display, really getting intimidated by this big French crowd. A very vocal and sort of aggressive crowd. But Hornets can hold their heads up in this half. They've weathered the storm as best they can.
Yeah. So half time, 16-6 to Toulouse. The players just making their way off the pitch. Joe Tira went down in that last tackle. He's just being walked off the pitch by Brian Cowell, the physio. Doesn't look in too much bother. But yeah, as we've mentioned, a real character test. I think more than anything for Hornets, they were down to 12 with Joe Tira sent to sin bin for a professional foul. Maybe you could argue it was the wrong man to get sin bin. Danny Yates was off for a time with a blood injury, which left Hornets with 11 men on the pitch. And Toulouse couldn't take advantage of it. They didn't improve the score during that time. They've come through, they've weathered the storm, they've got to try back through John O. Smith, and then Hornets really raised the tempo in the later stages of the first half, and then but for an injury to quite a serious looking injury to Jake Schul, which left a gaping hole in the line. It was Toulouse who kicked through and then scored a try through winning basically a straight foot race. It's a difficult one to take, but I think 16-6 we'll take that going into the second half. Alan Kilshaw will be glad to get his players out into the changing rooms and just calm them down. We're going to take a short break for half time. We'll be back with you shortly. Thank you.
Rochdale Hornets is proud to be sponsored by some great partners. Our 2016 sponsors are Molesworth Solicitors, Walkwright Podiatry, Emma Conway Training, The Colour Copier Company, Develop Office Communication Solutions courtesy of D-Sales UK Limited, TBA Protective Technologies of Rochdale, and the RRG Group of Rochdale. And finally, a very special thank you to our main shirt sponsor, the Quirky Catering Company, based at the Flying Horse Hotel in Rochdale. Please support the businesses that support your Rochdale Hornets.
Rochdale Hornets needs your support. For only £20 you can become a member of the Hornets family. You can find out more information on the Hornets official website. Join today. The Rochdale Hornets Sporting Foundation is a registered charity dedicated to helping more and more young people play rugby league. Using the power of professional sport, we are able to inspire children and adults alike to lead a healthier and fuller life by using adult tag rugby, in-school coaching and after-school clubs as a way of bringing rugby league into more people's lives and communities. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, you can join in on the fun. We have a fantastic new facility in Middleton that will help our work go forward and support new activities. The site at Moss Way, which already has a full-size pitch and training areas, is fully funded by donations and will be developed in the years to come. This will include a community room and an all-weather training facility. A range of activities will be developed at the site, led by the community, to complement the rugby league activities. If you would like to get involved with the foundation, get in touch by emailing foundation@hornetsrugbyleague.com.
Check out our Rochdale Hornets shop, either online or at Spotland Stadium. We have polo shirts, fleeces, hoodies, tops, waterproof jackets and much more. Visit our shop for more details.
Did you know you could win a whopping £10,000 in the Rochdale Hornets lottery? And you could also get consolation prizes from £10 to £250.
Plus, you could also have a chance of winning vouchers for local shops, restaurants and experiences that money just can't buy. With just £1 a week, you could have a chance of winning all of these amazing prizes.
As well as supporting the club. Visit Hornets Rugby League for more details. And please remember to play responsibly.
Rochdale Hornets is proud to be sponsored by some great partners. Our 2016 sponsors are Molesworth Solicitors, Walkwright Podiatry, Emma Conway Training, The Colour Copier Company, Develop Office Communication Solutions courtesy of D-Sales UK Limited, TBA Protective Technologies of Rochdale and the RRG Group of Rochdale. And finally, a very special thank you to our main shirt sponsor, the Quirky Catering Company, based at the Flying Horse Hotel in Rochdale. Please support the businesses that support your Rochdale Hornets.
Rochdale Hornets needs your support. For only £20 you can become a member of the Hornets family. You can find out more information on the Hornets official website. Join today. The Rochdale Hornets Sporting Foundation is a registered charity dedicated to helping more and more young people play rugby league. Using the power of professional sport, we are able to inspire children and adults alike to lead a healthier and fuller life by using adult tag rugby, in-school coaching and after-school clubs as a way of bringing rugby league into more people's lives and communities. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, you can join in on the fun. We have a fantastic new facility in Middleton that will help our work go forward and support new activities. The site at Moss Way, which already has a full-size pitch and training areas, is fully funded by donations and will be developed in the years to come. This will include a community room and an all-weather training facility. A range of activities will be developed at the site, led by the community, to complement the rugby league activities. If you would like to get involved with the foundation, get in touch by emailing foundation@hornetsrugbyleague.com.
Check out our Rochdale Hornets shop, either online or at Spotland Stadium. We have polo shirts, fleeces, hoodies, tops, waterproof jackets and much more. Visit our shop for more details.
Did you know you could win a whopping £10,000 in the Rochdale Hornets lottery? And you could also get consolation prizes from £10 to £250.
Plus, you could also have a chance of winning vouchers for local shops, restaurants and experiences that money just can't buy. For just £1 a week, you could have a chance of winning all of these amazing prizes.
as well as supporting the club. Visit Hornets Rugby League for more details, and please remember to play responsibly.
Welcome back to Rochdale Hornets live commentary with Rochdale 13. Myself, Luke Harrison, and Hornets chairman Mark Wins with you. Just a few quick shout outs. We've got Vinnie Clough listening in Middleton, Mark Bull as well. Cheers for listening. David Bulcock as well, cheering us on from Littleborough, and as well as Mark Harris. We've got Scott Ramsbottom as well, who's listening. Charlie, bit of a Northwest tour going on. Kevin Tatlock, Red Butterfly Bakery, thanks for listening. And the chairman's wife, he's just given me a nudge and told me to say that. Yeah, so we're back with you in Toulouse. It's currently 16-6 to the home side. Hornets back out onto the pitch first. A real physical encounter. As we expected, we had it at Scotland and we expected it down here. And it's delivered, you know. We've had a man in the sin bin, Joe Taylor. We've had injuries, players going down left, right and centre. Suspect refereeing, it's got to be said, from Jamie Bloom. But no, we're going well, I think, Mark. We just need to, I keep saying it, we need to just weather it. We need to just, it's easy saying, put up with what they're throwing at us.
It is difficult because obviously we're not getting any possession. In terms of the ref, I wouldn't say he's biased or anything like that, but what he is doing is, you're going into a clash, there's a bit of pushing and shoving and the crowd are baying, the band is playing, the tannoy guy gets on and starts shouting over the microphone, and all of a sudden the ref is under intense pressure there to make a decision. And so every 50-50 is going with that baying almost mob sort of thing that's happening. Jamie just needs to be strong as a referee and make the right decision. And you know what I mean? I've only ever refed at under 14s and at tag rugby, and I know how difficult it is at just doing that. So he's doing a difficult job in difficult circumstances, but good referees are able to sort of switch off and not be allow themselves to be sort of swayed by what is it, like a big French baying crowd, and like I said, this band, the tannoy guy. The tannoy's playing crowd effects as well, clapping and cheering. So it's really an intense atmosphere.
Yeah, it is. I'd agree with that. He just needs to show his experience. He needs to not let the crowd get in his head and not get inside his own head. You know, not be conscious of the decision. What he sees is what goes, and we'll see what we get in the second.
But I think one of the things we can't take away from is the heart and the absolute intensity that Hornets are playing with very little possession.
Fantastic! Just won. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, no.
Just won the short kick-off back, and Jack Holmes has got the ball now 35 metres out. But yeah, absolute art and desire. No, there's nobody hiding away, and it's perhaps we've been guilty of that. There's been players going missing in recent weeks.
So
Joe's just offloaded just after the referee deemed the tackle to be completed. He was still on his feet though, and he just brought it back. Hornets will play it now 20 metres out. Steve Roper just waits to collect the ball. It goes onto Jordan Case, back into Crook.
Good running.
Yeah, Josh Crowley. He's been impressive, Josh.
He's been a great signing. He's big, he's physical, he's strong. He's got a good rugby brain. Great signing for
Jordan
the club.
Case.
Jordan is running like a prop forward, and he's offloaded. He's having a great game.
And Hornets are right on Toulouse line here now. Thanks to some great ball handling from Crowley and Case. Chips through
For Bloomers, Klein. Oh, good catch.
Yeah.
Good catch.
I don't think Bloomers was ever getting there, to be fair. It was a good kick to the corner, but it was never getting there. But yeah, just back onto Josh Crowley, he needs to be recognised that the fee we paid for him was raised by members. And we are a members-owned club, and we're grateful for that. So that
good tackle by Joe.
Credit where it's due.
A classic Joe tackle there. The guy decided he was going to run it straight at Joe. Big mistake by anybody. And he's like, hand on hips, head down, walking back into position now.
Yeah.
And the French guy has gone down on his haunches as they carry on an attack, though.
Good shot from Luis Galbraith there. Yeah, he's suffering, the Toulouse man. I think is number 2, Tony Morel.
He's getting back into position. They don't appear to be playing with a fullback. The fullback's really up in the line.
Yeah, that
forward. He's got I think Curry was slightly offside there, but he's
straight down the throat. Yeah.
The number 9 has stayed down for Toulouse now.
Yeah, Hornets set a real marker early in this first half. They got the kick-off back and they've just put a bruising defensive set in. 2 players have gone down holding their hips. There's number 9. It's is it Bentley, the hooker? He's just gone down. The referees had to stop it. Two big shots. Joe first, and then I think it was Galbraith who put a big shot on. Hornets not shying away here. 100% commitment from 1 to 19. We've took a 19-man squad. We've got 2. Obviously, it's a long trip, a far trip, and we've took two spurmen with us. Credit to Harry Cartwright and James Dandy who've joined the lads down here.
And I think credit to the off-field guys and girls who've helped. Amy, the masseur, Brian, Bez and Rami, the assistants, and Alan. They've got a team out on the field today that's giving more than 100% of everything.
Yeah.
Running in hard, tackling hard, and when you've not got the ball, you're defending twice as long. And it's a real high-tempo, high-quality game, and Hornets are attacking again.
Yeah, they're spreading here, and it's Alex Trumper on that right side who just comes in. Good work from Crowley and Crook, who linked up well onto Roper. Crook puts a booming kick-up, and Danny Yates has been clearly blocked. Oh, he was clearly blocked off the ball then. Should have been a penalty, really. Joe Taylor came within a fingertip of reclaiming it and going in for a try there. Toulouse just have the ball now, 20 metres out from the line. Oh, there's a bit of push and shove. Jordan Case takes exception to something that's happened on the floor. And there's
the Toulouse guys are fighting amongst themselves. If they look at the back there.
Yeah, he looks to have really lost it there. I don't know what's going on.
Mika and Ford had each other by the throat.
That's a shame, isn't it? No, I don't know.
It was one of those. It was a tackle. People got up and started pushing.
Yeah, it was just messy on the floor. I don't know what it can give.
The touch judge who was farthest away is the one giving the report.
Yeah.
And the referee was stood over the play of the ball. So why he's asking the guy who's come literally 50 metres for a report?
And he pulls Jordan Case in for a talking to. I don't know what he's insinuating.
He's saying that Jordan has used an elbow in getting up, I think. And like I said, when you've got the person of the officials who's the farthest away, the one who's giving the penalty, and the referee hadn't given it, again, it's frustrating. And it's the touch judge who's nearest this French crowd who's getting pressured.
If he's called Jordan Case in, he needs to call Mika in. Because Mika's shut up and his elbows and fists all over the place. He's fighting amongst himself. He's just having a quiet word with him now, and the penalty will go to Toulouse, obviously. Ford will go for touch. Hornets back on the halfway line now, defending. Bentley now just plays it on, and Trumper and Crook meet him in defence.
It's a good drive, though, by the French guy.
Yeah.
Well, Curran, the Aussie. Good drop off. They're using that left again. Forward, he was tackled in possession, didn't like it. There's a knock on. Good stuff.
Yeah. We're rugby league fans and naturally we want our team to win, and everything is being appealed for by the crowd. And there was a shot on Ford. I think it was simultaneous. He was brought down as he kicked it, which is legal. And but the referee's not fell for it this time. And from the resulting play, Toulouse have knocked on. He's talking to Jordan Case again. I don't know what for.
And John Smith now.
Scrum down, Hornets ball.
I think we just need to keep our heads. The French guys are really getting animated now because it's not, they used to be in about 40 points up by now.
Yeah. Playing
dinner suit rugby, and it's not happening. Our guys just need to keep the cool. The ref. We just got to work around it and just keep plugging away. If we pin them in their own half, we'll do all right. Lewis, you've got good footwork here.
Yeah. Oof. There's a chop, number 17, come flying in. The lower leg of Galbraith, he was stood up. John Smith now takes it in. Steve Roper's at the play of the ball. Just looks over his shoulder, but he puts it onto Yates, onto Crook, through hands.
Nice.
Goes over the head to Crowley.
Forward.
Oh!
That's forward all day.
That's a real shame,
Yeah.
Good vision from Paul Crook, who just palmed it over the top. It was a risky play because Ford is a towering player, and if he'd have got a hand or grasped it, he was away for a try. The ball dropped to Crowley, who unfortunately he drew the man and passed it to Trumper.
It was poor execution by Josh, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He'd have been better, just holding it and taking the tackle. Good footwork by his quality, Carilla, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're thinking.
Yeah, Toulouse are in. Number 22, Danny Hume. That's another poor try to concede. There's a gaping hole from the scrum. I think Danny Hume steps, jaws, just caught.
To be fair, that was a good try. There was a lot of pace in that, and just good footwork. Like I say, we've weathered a first half and a second half storm, and sometimes these are the moments when you have to be 100% switched on, and you switch off for that fraction. Quality players like Hume and Ford, Carilla, Curran. It would be nice to mention a French name now and again, but them are the players who are ripping us up a little bit. Yeah. And, we're up against it.
Yeah. 26, 46 minutes gone. Carilla's just lining the kick up now. Real classy try from Toulouse. Just found a gap big enough. He wrong foots Joe and he flies in from about 40 metres out. To be fair to Jack Holmes, chased him all the way back and pushed him into about 10 metres in from the corner. Otherwise he was in under the sticks. Carilla just waiting. And it's good. It'll be 22-16 Toulouse. Yeah, I think that's 2 tries now straight from the scrum. You've got to be frustrated with that to a degree. It was a good try, a good Toulouse try, but you've got to be better there. You've got to keep tight, and there was a gap just big enough for Hume to slide through.
I think the Toulouse side are blessed with pace, aren't they? Pace and footwork. Like I said, that forward, Hume, Carilla, Curran, all big men. Hume's not that big, but he's got great feet, great pace. So you're always up against it when you're up against real quality. We just need to sort of... We basically we don't need to change what we're doing, just need to execute a little bit better when we've got the ball. But we're up against it, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. That 16 points at half-time, sort of, there was a way back in. It was a 16-point margin at Scotland back in April that we reduced.
Good tackle, though. They were throwing the ball, but
Joe's just taken the Toulouse man very late, right in front of the referees, waved advantage. I think he might want to come back to that for just a word in Joe's ear eventually. I
think we have to give credit though to Ratu. They had a 3-on-1 and he selected the man he had to hit and he picked him off, but they're coming down that left again, but we've put pressure and it's a loose pass from Toulouse. He slipped the tackle, but good defending again by Ratu.
Yeah, it's Minga again. We've talked about him. He's ridiculous, pace, power, footwork, and he's just shrugging. shrugging
That's
tackles.
a good
off.
kick, that,
Yeah, and it's a great kick, just dribbled into the in goal, and Dale Bloomfield just loses his footing and grounds it. It'll be a Rochdale Hornets dropout with 49 minutes gone.
And a bit of a shout out as well to Wendy and John that'll be listening in sunny Whitworth. Bizarrely, we've come all the way to Toulouse in the southwest of France, and it's Rochdale weather. Overcast. It's rained all morning. The only thing is, it's probably about 30 degrees out there, really sweaty and humid. The referee's now having a word with the Toulouse hooker who's chipping in his ear. What he's after when we're on a dropout, I don't know.
No, me neither. He's going back in again, and he's still. Why is the referee entertaining it? Matty Allen's just down on a knee. Brian Cowell just comes on. I think just to slow it down more than anything, let Hornets regroup under the sticks. It's a good kick from Paul Crook. It's gathered well, and it comes back inside. Number 24, Leha.
Knock on! He knocked on! He knocked on!
Yeah.
All day!
Clear knock on.
But yet the touch judge who he's nearest to could see that, and now they've broken through. But he's given a forward pass.
He must have had second thoughts there, Jamie Bloom, because it looked a clear knock on, but it didn't look a clear forward pass. So are we seeing one and not the other? He must be having second thoughts, to be fair to him, but it was a certain try that he's just pulled back. Hornets just need to switch on now. The thing is as well, Toulouse are a full-time outfit, and the training in the south of France still have sun most days. There will be no weather hampering the preparation or anything like that. And it comes sort of now for the next 30 minutes. It'll be a test of fitness, a real test of fitness. It's Crook now onto Haddon.
Good drive by
Yeah,
Matty.
good drive. It's
Inching up, he's on the halfway now.
Moles
Go on,
into
Samir.
Samir. Comes back inside.
That's a good
Penalty,
penalty.
offside. Good penalty, 40 metres out.
Samir got a good 10 metres and then got a penalty as well.
Yeah.
So them are gold, aren't they? And Crook gains us another 10 metres, so that was a 30 metre turnaround and a new set of 6.
Just had a bizarre text from assistant coach Jason Villa, who's listening on a yacht off the coast of Spain. So have a good one, Jace.
Hornets are pressing though, about 22 metres out.
Yeah.
We got a penalty again. We got a penalty.
Yeah,
we thought it was a forward pass.
I thought he'd wait for a forward pass. So John
We're
Smith
about
just draws
4
it.
metres off, would you say, Luke?
Yeah, and John Smith, crafty from John, typical John style, has his back turned, just taps the ball on his foot and goes for the line himself.
We need a bit of better shape here. We seem to be loading our right for an attack. It's going right. Good hands by Hornets. It's gone wide.
Yeah, Alex Trumpet does well to take that. It was at his feet and he's just scooped it up. Hornets a metre out now onto Crook.
We're coming left big time.
Onto Haddon.
Good footwork. He's on
Matty Haddon, unfortunately, he looks for the offload, it goes down and Toulouse just jump on it. Dale Bloomfield brings a man down 10 metres out from the Hornets line. It's back inside now. Met by Galbraith. Good shot from Galbraith. They forced an offload there. Need to wrap that ball up.
Although, again, I want to give praise there. There was 4 against 2, and Rats made exactly the right move. He got in between Ford and the 3 overlap players, so Ford had to come back into the traffic and stop pretty much a certain try. And sometimes you don't need to tackle the man, you just need to think smart, and he did that.
Yeah, Ratu's been particularly impressive in defence today. As Samir and Joe just bring the man down 40 metres out.
And the French crowd are baying for another penalty.
That was a knock on at the play of the ball. The ball was.
He's offside, Curran. Offside, but the ref waved him on.
That's poor.
That's poor by the referee there.
Yeah, Toulouse in under the sticks. Oh,
Well, we could see that. We could see that from the kick. Curran was a mile offside, and he was next to the catcher, and sort of that's poor. There's no excuse for the touch judges and the referee to see that. We could see it, and we're just amateurs watching the game. It wasn't even like borderline. It was well in front, and you thought he'll pull him back for that and just let him play on. That's a heartbreaker, Luke.
yeah. And the pulling away now Toulouse, and it's a tough one to take. It was as blatant as you'll ever want to see, and he just waves it on, and there's a Hornets man really struggling just on that right side. I can't quite. I think it's Ben Moores. I think he's just down on all fours with Brian over him, and he just manages to. It's actually Mark Ratu. Just manages to get to his feet. He's hobbling back behind the sticks, and he's really put himself about today. Ratu, some real smart defence, and he's caught one for it now. But Toulouse beginning to pull away. It's 26-6 with a kick under the sticks to come. Yeah, a heartbreaker, as you said, Mark.
It is when the lads, in terms of effort, commitment, enthusiasm, drive, you cannot knock Hornets one bit.
No.
Some of the execution at times hasn't been the greatest, but on an instant like that, where they've defended for 6 tackles, they've kicked through the guy, he's blatantly offside, and then there's a forward pass for the final thing. That is hard to stomach, because these guys, like Luke said, were part-time. They give everything and a bit more, and we can't ask for any more as a club from our players. And they've been let down badly by officials on that occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. The ball's on the tee. Paul Crook just standing over. The body language from Hornets is still strong. That it needs to be known. We want this. We've not come for a jolly. We've not come for an holiday. We've prepared well. It's an Hornets penalty. And Galbraith just gives him a tap on the back of the head. Thanks for that. Did a bit of a wrestle. It was a one-on-one, and there was a wrestle over the ball. The penalty's gone Hornets' way. John O'Smith comes into the middle. He's met by 3 Toulouse men. Moores now scoops it up onto Warren Thompson. Good run from Woz. And Samir now probing. Good run from Samir. He's come down about 3 metres out from the line onto Roper, onto Yates, who cuts back inside, out to Crook, who passes it to nobody. And Kuniminga is
not the man that you want picking that up, is it?
And they've done well to drag him down on halfway. He looks set to go the length of the pitch like he did at Scotland, and now Toulouse just advancing.
They've got some momentum here.
Yeah, real momentum. Hornets just zigzagging back now.
Bizarrely, now Wood.
Yes, Joe. Good shot from Joe Tahira.
Yeah. I think Joe's just left his Fijian passport stamp right into the ribs of the Toulouse player.
Yeah, he looked for another one then, but it weren't on. Toulouse just probing, and he shrugs one off. 10 metres out.
We're up against it here, though, Luke. You can see that.
Quick play.
Oh, good stuff.
Fantastic defence. Alex Trumper scoops the ball up onto, it'd be a free play, but Ben Moores keeps it alive. Onto Danny Yates, onto Roper.
Go on,
out to Trigger.
Give it early.
Man out. We've got.
Oh, come on!
What's he pulled it back for? What's he pulled it back for?
I've no idea. I can't think why. He let that player for about 6 or 7 tackles go. We break the line and he's pulled us.
Yeah, he's pulled it back on a free play. He went through hands, it come out to Galbraith, he broke the line, he had a man outside him in Dale Bloomfield, and he's pulled it back. I don't know if there was a forward pass in there or what. I don't know. And Crook feeds a scrum onto Moores, onto Roper, out to Bloomfield, who takes one in. And Ben Moores will pick the ball up onto Galbraith. There's a bit of a
It's good to see the backs helping the forwards, isn't it? After all the work they've had to put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good offload.
Yeah, good work from John Smith there. Gets a bit of a hand in the face for his troubles. Roper now onto Crook, onto Crowley. He's just about 45 metres out from his own line. Onto Trumper. I think Alex Trumper's gone really well on that right side today. He's been as reliable as ever.
Yeah.
Onto Crook, who puts a high bomb in straight down the throat of
our line's a bit broken this side. Oh, good tackle. Great tackle by Bluefield.
Yeah, fantastic tackle. I think that was Mike Carella, the Toulouse fullback. As you mentioned,
that's good defence there.
There's a broken line. They've just managed to get back. Hornets Ford now, who looks for it. He's brought down. He's had a bit of a... He's not had it all his own way, Ford.
Again, the Hornets' defence is solid. There's heart, in everything that they're doing. It's really good. The big guy there, we forced an offload that's gone to ground, but the ref's saying it's gone back.
That's a poor decision. That's a real poor decision.
There was two fights broke out there.
Yeah, and Toulouse are in. That is a real poor decision from the referee. That is inexcusable. That is absolutely inexcusable.
It's stopped the clock though now.
That is a disgusting decision. It was a clear knock-on. It's caused absolute carnage in two places. There was a bit of a to-do with Ben Moores and a Toulouse man, and then there was
two fights going on at the same time. I'm getting frustrated with this, and it's just it's frustrating because I know how hard the club and the players and the coaching staff have worked, and for this is just really disappointing by the officials. We need better than this. We need better than this.
It was a clear knock on, and I'm sat at the back of a stand, about 60, 70 metres away from the action, and the ball's gone down. A clear knock on straight in front of the man. As Josh Crowley's gone to leap on it, the Toulouse man's turned, passed it with his foot back to his teammate.
He's given bizarre. I don't think he's put a team, but we don't know who. Whether he's put both teams on a team warning there, but he's now awarded the try. So he's obviously seen something happen, but he's allowed that to go, and it was that serious. He's put teams on a team warning, but yet awarded the try. Yeah, now, either we committed a penalty, and it should be us on the team warning, or they've committed the penalty, and it should be them on the team warning. So somebody's done something. He's let it go and awarded the try.
It's a real... as you said, Matt, the commitment that these lads put in, from November all the way through to now, they've done pre-season, they've been together, they've stopped over, they've given days at work up, they've turned money down, stuff like that. They've had a day off on Friday to travel here, and they're being well and truly, and I don't like the word, but they're being cheated by the officials, and that is, whether it's not intentional on Jamie Bloom's part. I don't believe he's biased or he's a cheat or anything like that, but there's some seriously poor decisions that have gone against us, and I know it swings and roundabouts. Probably down the line we'll get a couple, but for so many in a game, under these circumstances, it is absolutely inexcusable. There's 20 left on the clock, and Hornets just need to get back in the sheds now. It's 34-6. The kick were good from Carella. Just play it out. Thanks if you just joined us. It's Rochdale 13 live commentary from Toulouse. It's currently Toulouse 34, Rochdale 6. Rochdale scored through John Smith in the first half. Another short kick-off from Paul Crook gets us underway. Galbraith knocks on. Really unlucky. Oh, he's waved a free play, but I don't think he'll wait for this one to go through 6 and 7 hands before he pulls it back. No, he ain't done. He'll just give it now. It's poor. It's a poor refereeing performance from Mr. Bloom. It has to be said.
I think for our guys, again, we can't let him get under our skin. We need to finish the game with all our players on the meadow. We don't need to get drawn into sort of this niggly stuff because we're not going to win it. We're not getting the penalties.
Lewis Galbraith's been sin bin. I assume for dissent. I don't know how it's taken so long for a player to be sent off for dissent with the performance that Mr. Bloom's turned out today. I don't blame Galbraith one bit because he'll be as frustrated as everybody else when lads have given up work. They've had to get time off work to come here, and they've been given an absolute shower by the officials in return.
But what's frustrating for us is that we're so robust. We're still ripping in defence. There was good numbers. We're putting them on the back. We're doing everything right.
Yes,
and George really give the guy this time. And again, the ball's gone to ground. The Toulouse guy, he hasn't got a penalty, but he's up now.
Oh, has he pulled this one back for a shoulder charge?
I don't know what he's giving.
Yeah, penalty for a shoulder charge. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable.
And now, is he going to the pocket
again?
again?
Yeah, he'll probably send him off.
No, he's let this one go this time.
It'll be as frustrating for Alan Killshaw because after last weekend's performance, he tried to have some dialogue with the referee's coach, which is Dave Campbell, and he got a smarmy reply.
And I've seen that, and I'm really disappointed in the RFL official to send what was pretty much
an unprofessional.
It was very childish, and it wasn't what we want or expect. And I think if you've got that culture within the organisation, this is what happens. You get poor refereeing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, we're standing tall, we're standing tough in the middle.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from either side. Toulouse have played with the cards they've been dealt, and we've had to deal with it, and it's led to the floodgates opening. They've just gone down from acting half. A poor try to concede, but I think the tank's well and truly empty now. There's a lot of hands on hips, a lot of heads gone down. The full-time team are showing the fitness now at this point, Mike. With
the thing is, what you've got, and what we would say on Hornets' behalf is that, and the rest, he's pulling our assistant coach out now. What was happening? When we conceded that try, the Hornets players reacted as if it was the first try they conceded in the match. They weren't happy, they were disappointed because they've worked so hard. And this is it. The scoreline, somebody will read this scoreline in the paper and won't see the effort, the commitment, the absolute blood, sweat and tears these lads have put in. The official has been poor, but we're up against a side that turned over Lee, which are knocking Super League teams over. So let's put that into perspective. Yeah. This performance by Hornets, you can't judge it off the scoreline. They've absolutely given everything to this. And at times, like I say, they've been put under pressure that they shouldn't have had. But we have to regroup, keep coming. Next week we take on Doncaster. The week after it's Hunslet. We want that second spot, and we'll keep on fighting, and we'll win that second spot.
Absolutely, and it is important. You can't reiterate enough the effort and the commitment. And I keep saying it, they're being repaired with a poor performance. It's not gone the way. I cannot take anything away from Rochdale Hornets. Even with 40 points on the board for Toulouse, they're still as committed now in the 65th minute as they were in the first. And it's really, really frustrating that now in playoff football, we're in August. Teams get better, so why don't officials? And it's another short kick-off. John Smith knocks on. Worth a try from Hornets. They've just got to throw everything at it now. Experiment, play a bit of rugby. Thanks if you're just joining us. It's Rochdale 13 live commentary. Thanks to the Bradley family in Burnley who are also listening. Currently Toulouse 40, Hornets 6. Hornets attacking right to left in the second half.
About 15 minutes to go in this half. And again, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
He's basically having speaking to a line of Hornets players, the referee.
I'd like to go back and watch the video and just accumulate how long it's taken him to pull players out and talk to him. The comedy of it is, he's had our assistant coach Paul Berry over talking to him and giving him a dressing down as well. I don't know what. It's not been an ill-disciplined performance from Hornets by any means, and that's not a biased statement. It's been a very committed, a very full-on performance and strong in defence, and it's... I don't know.
Samir with a big challenge again. Like you said, you read the scoreline. You can't. It's a different game. It's like the guys are just ripping in and putting the shoulder in and doing all the good stuff. Sometimes, obviously, the actual we've virtually had no ball. In the second half. But again, we pressure him and they put in a bad pass. But he manages to pick this one up and he stepped the defender though.
It's classy rugby.
But Joe's caught him again. And remember Joe.
You've got to be honest, it's classy rugby from Toulouse. It is classy rugby. It's dummy step,
Ben Moores picks up good though.
And they're not top of the league unbeaten for no reason. And I honestly thought that we could come here and challenge them. And we have challenged them. We've been committed. Even now, John O'Smith runs that in like it's the first minute of the game, almost busts the line. Quick play of the ball, Ben Moores scoops it up.
Again, I think Ben Moores deserves credit. He's running, he's passing, he's tackling. The entire team, everyone can hold their head up high, can't they?
Yeah.
We'll watch the video again. That ball was passed and I don't know why he's saying he's in touch. I'm lost for words.
No.
Is this the point we say we can't speak?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there's just a decision gone against us on that far side of the pitch. The touch judge has deemed the Hornets man to have gone into touch when he flicked the ball out. Couldn't really see from here. You never know, they might have got a decision right. It's a bad pass from the base of the scrum from Toulouse, manages to regather. He's met by Samir Toure and John O'Smith.
Again, Samir broke from the scrum and he had to run.
Yes, he's given Toulouse knock on.
I think this is what I'm saying. Credit to Samir. He was in the front row of that scrum and he broke and he chased 20 metres and chased the guy down, hit him good, hit him fair, hit him hard, put him on the ground and the ball squidded out. And that's what has been happening all day. We've worked our socks off. Yeah. The guys are so they're going to be sore tonight. But they'll have bruised hearts because they've given absolutely everything. As
me and Mark are privileged enough to sort of see what goes on behind the scenes and work alongside the staff and the lads themselves, and it's an hard one to take to come all this way. They'll be hurting, but it's not that. It's one of them games where you can turn around and say the score line probably doesn't reflect the performance, and I can wholeheartedly and confidently say that at this point.
Great break though by Ross Thompson there, who smashed his way through. Great backing up by Samir, who's running his blood to water. A prop, following up another prop on a break's great stuff. And we're pushing on this left now. Jono taking 2 or 3 to pull him to ground. Again, the score just doesn't reflect the effort. And when we're in possession, we're doing great.
Yeah,
the refs give it. What's he giving?
No,
the turnover?
Ben Moores was caught in possession on the last. I don't know if he thought we were back to 0 from that. There was a bit of a messy.
What's he giving now?
Touch should just come on with his flag up. Called the referee over. He's talking to Ben Moores. He's probably going to see a card now, Ben. I don't know what. Yeah, Ben Moores has been simbing for dissent. the touch should just come on. The play had gone. We were ready to continue the game, and the touch has come on. And I think Ben has just given him a bit of a cheers for that, mate, as he's left the pitch. The touch should just, if looks could kill. But I'm not surprised. I'm really, really not surprised. The penalty count, the sin bins, they'll speak for themselves when people look at this match and look at the referee's performance, the official's performance. Knock on. Toulouse knock on, 10 metres out from their own line. John Smith quick to go and retrieve the ball. It'll be now restoring pride, and they should be proud of themselves. There's not anything that you shouldn't be proud of. Roper feeds the scrum. It's out to Crook, onto Yates, into Jack Holmes, who straightens up 12 metres out. Jordan Case onto Yates. I think Alex Trumper thought he had a man outside him then. But he didn't. He's brought it back in. Crook now looks for Was Thompson, who charges in. Strong defence from Toulouse, as it has been all afternoon. And Case goes himself from about 9 metres out, and he's knocked on. It's a shame. There's a 3-man overlap on this side now. That was a forward pass. Doesn't matter though. It looks like Toulouse will go the length of the field to touchdown. Danny Yates and Steve Roper chase all the way back.
And John O. Smith. In effect, there was 6 or 7 still chased them down after all that.
I think, we've got 11 on, I think. Joe was sin-binned for a shoulder charge, and then Ben Moores later saw a yellow card for alleged dissent, which was brought to the attention by the touch judge. You can just see Jake Shull down in front of me. He's obviously not playing in the second half after that heavy shoulder injury in the first. A shame for him. He was in the side on merit. He's trained really well, and he's gone well for Warrington reserves, according to Alan Kilshaw, who saw fit to get him in the squad. He played at centre today, and for the time he was on the pitch, he was fine. Matt Carella just lines a kick up now, just to the left of the sticks. It's 44-6 for the kick to come. Yeah, the kick's good. 46-6. 32 minutes gone in this second half. 33 minutes gone, sorry. Hornets just walking back now. They know the game's gone. It'll be just a case of, I think as a coach now, you just don't want to concede anymore, do you, Mark?
No. And bizarrely, we've had a tweet from a French listener who's told us that the ref is English, but Jamie Bloom, the South African Jamie Bloom, who's the referee, just for accuracy.
South African, who's also represented Scotland at Rugby League, so I don't think he's. I don't think he'll be much fond of English Rugby League. Toulouse 40 metres out from their own line now. Another shapes to go one way, goes the other, looks for a guy. It's been classy stuff from Toulouse, and you can't take anything away from them. You can't. They've been out with some decisions, but the rugby that they've played has been real classy. Look now with Tyler Heppy, sorry. And Samir does well there, actually. The offload looked certain, just as well to bring him down.
They're throwing the ball And again, they've knocked on though. We've pressured them in defence. You know, this 11-man Hornets defence has been incredible for this last section here. And again, if this Toulouse team are very much beatable if you can get a fair crack of the whip. And if you put yourself in front of them, they've coughed up the ball a dozen or so times. You know, I don't think they're used to being put on the backside.
No.
But you can't win games with a big penalty count and only 3 men in the sin bin.
No, absolutely not. You can say that the scoreline don't reflect the game, and people will turn around and go, "Oh yeah, all right, one of them were it," and it genuinely is. You know, perhaps we're blinded by, how committed we know the lads are away from the pitch, and it's just a real frustrating one. There's crook dummies, looks for the gap, just brought down.
Come back.
The ball bobbled. Danny Yates snatched at it and just it didn't look like from up here he touched it, but Mr. Bloom had a much better view than we did, and he turns it over for a Toulouse scrum down. 20 metres out from the run line, 25 metres out. It seems like the longest second half in rugby league history, Mark.
Well, I think whenever you're sort of behind the 8 ball, low on numbers, and a big scoreline, it will be a long trip home. Luckily, we get to spend the night here tonight. But again, they're throwing everything at us. They're a good quality side with some good players. But again, if we get to that second spot, we'll be back here. We'll know what to expect. Hopefully, we'll get stronger officials. And we'll give them a dig.
Yeah, Toulouse just throwing it about now, playing a bit halfway on the halfway mark, and it's just held down by Trumper. Gets up to play the ball, comes out. Big hit from Samir Towery there, an absolute rib shaker.
He's back to his best as he had the form at the beginning of the season.
He's
forced to knock on there.
Real good effort in defence from Samir. He absolutely creamed the man, and then from Mark he's reached round and just pulled the arm free, forced a Toulouse knock on. Hornets will get a scrum down. Good work from Samir there.
Like I said, I think he's that spirit that the lads have displayed, and again, people will read the score in the paper and think a bit of a one-sided match. Both of us have been incredibly proud of the performance the lads have put in. And it's one of those, isn't it? We get back on the horse, and we're back at Scotland next week against Doncaster. And we if the lads can show this level of commitment, I'd fancy us against anybody.
Yeah. Good offload. Oh, no, it weren't. No, it wasn't.
Oh, well in, Lewis.
Yeah, good tackle from Lewis Galbraith. The ball's come out. It's a knock on. 2 Hornets players appeal for the knock on. It doesn't go. Yeah, a bit of a funny passage of play there. I think it was Samir who took the ball in. He looked round for the offload. He's offloaded and good work, Dale Bloomfield. He's offloaded. Crooks missed it, organising the next play, and he's just gone over his shoulder, and the Toulouse man's dived on it, and he's gone up the pitch. It was a good shot in the middle. I don't quite know who did it, and it's come out to this left Hornets side. Dale Bloomfield's intercepted. Made the try saver, to be fair to him. The game stopped for a Toulouse player who's absolutely nowhere near the action to be helped off the pitch. Strange one, but it continues. Onto Roper, onto Yates, onto Case. No, it wasn't. Good dummy from Danny Yates. Just takes it in. Been as lively as ever, Danny Yates. Roper kicks from acting half, dumps it into touch. Good kick, to be fair, from Stephen Roper. And he'll just see it trickle out.
Have we got another stoppage where we have a scrum here? I don't know if Ben Moores is still off, isn't he? So we're still short-handed as Toulouse sort of try and work it out of their own 20 metre zone.
Yeah. The PA now so just counts us in, and that's it. The win means Toulouse have wrapped it up. I don't think. Can they be caught in the league now, Mark? I don't think.
No, that's they're guaranteed top.
So they're guaranteed top now. Congratulations to Toulouse, who've been fantastic all season, and they've been fantastic on the day. Some real classy stuff, some real commitment in defence and attack from Hornets. Just not their day. There's a bit of an inquest going on with John O'Smith around the referee. It's just waved off. Nothing more. Yeah. Final score: Rochdale 6, Toulouse 46 in the south of France. Just any final thoughts, Matt, before we wrap up?
Yeah, I think just to reiterate what we've said all the match, we absolutely can't fault the Hornets' commitment, endeavour, and to a degree application. Just sometimes you can't play rugby league if you don't get the ball, and you need the ball for half the time to win a game, and unfortunately we had it for probably a quarter of the game, and when we did get it, we had it in poor field position. Like I said, it was really difficult with men in the bin. We'll reassess. We'll look at the video with less passionate eyes than on a match day, and have a look where we went wrong. But again, we absolutely can't fault the lads' commitment, effort, endeavour. Just looking as the sort of the battered and bruised as they walk off the pitch. But we're 100% proud of this performance as any game we've ever won.
Yeah, and I can I just say that fair play to the Hornets players who've come over to applaud the travelling faithful, and they're getting a round of applause themselves off the Toulouse fans, which is great to see. Unfortunately, not Hornets Day. Committed from minute 1 to minute 80, from number 1 to number 19, but just not their day. Some real classy stuff from Toulouse. So post a score of 46 points to 6 and wrap up the league. Thank you all for listening, and that'll be us now. I think that's our last away trip for now. So thanks for listening.